Hello everyone, SpeeDMan here, and we are back with part 4 of our Let's Learn Civilization 6 United States run. So, where we last left off, got started on our intelligence agency. We've got the beginning of the Potala Palace here, and this is going to be a nice little project here because the diplomatic policy card that I would get here will automatically get converted to a wildcard slot based off our Founding Fathers' ability. And also because of that, it'll give us another diplomatic favor per turn, which itself is just very good. So we're a powerhouse in diplo favor, and at this stage in the game, the more we see specific AI being able to afford, you know, at a very high price, a diplo favor, then we can really make pretty significant use of that. So since you have that much money available, we'll go down to 70. And that's pretty good. So now we just made another 26 gold per turn for the next 30 turns. This guy's getting going. Let's go ahead and just purchase ourselves a settler here. We've got a need here eventually for a couple things in this city. We can get a couple fishing boats. That wouldn't hurt. Wouldn't hurt to get another city along this area here. I will likely settle either here. So what I could probably do is settle another city here, just as a coastal outlet, and then we can utilize this for additional growth as well. So if we go to appeal, this area here is going to provide some good yields. And then what we could do in the meantime, because it's also next to, it's a breathtaking tile that is next to woods, it's going to give me a little more culture in that city as well. I could also place it down here and get access to the mountain and also that. So I could also do that. That's also an option, as I could also, I could settle here as a second option if I want. And then what I can do is eventually put a harbor down around one of these areas. So that works out okay. So what we're going to do here is we are going to take a look and see where we can get another builder to be able to help out. We do have, 28 faith per turn, so we've got a good amount so far, and we're not in a bad spot. We are 5 turns out from getting our humanism set up, which means now we can get invention. Well, we will soon be able to get invention, and that's going to be a very critical addition to our game plan here. That's not a bad one to get. Chemistry is useful because of the boost being for research labs. We are getting great engineer points, and we are just starting to pick up some great writer, great artist, and great musician points. So it's a nice little positive. We are going to want to consider getting Oxford University. The, addition of 20% more science in the city, in a major city that has, substantial utility for it, if we put it that way, substantial utility for using additional 20% science. So we have 32 science here, 17, 25, 5, and 8. So the city we want to build it is going to be over here. And considering where the theater square will go here, Oxford University needs to be adjacent to a campus owned by this city. What we'll do is we'll take a look before we do anything. Good. So we will chop that. So that means we're going to go ahead and buy ourselves a builder. And we can also, in the meantime, another turn, get a second settler and go ahead and settle here. Save up a little bit, get our next settler over here. Actually, it'd be more useful for me to settle another city there and then get that last one. The niter here is not a big deal. I've got plenty of niter, so we're good. Let's go ahead, get open borders with you. I just realized he had none at all. That can be problematic. Let's give him 20. That's reasonable. And a little bit more gold per turn. So, good position. You know, getting the intelligence agency earlier is going to be good because we can use that against Brazil and just keep an eye on what's happening around and also see if we can pick up some stuff from them. So we have a special session here. Ah, so it's a religious emergency. Interesting. Let's go ahead, have you just heal up for a little while. Let's go ahead, have you go here and chop that feature. So bada bing, bada boom. And we have some spare. Actually, is that? Ah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna need to make sure I get this successfully built. So now, the tricky thing is even if I would have to make this city be the one that puts down that entertainment complex. I'm pretty sure you need to own that entertainment complex for that city to be able to build the Colosseum there. However, what we can do is to build our diplomatic quarter. Probably put that over here. You know, we could build that there. That'll add a little bit more of an adjacency. That'll go into +4 with getting another wonder, so that's useful. And also that would be +5 because of the 2 district tiles. Yeah, we could use a diplomatic order right now at this stage of the game, so let's go ahead and consider that. Do we have groves? We don't. Okay. So you're moving over this way. And once we have a couple of these guys down, this will be a really good setup. Having an aqueduct would help, because then we could just have a small scale. You know, we can have. Ooh, I just realized there's a little tricky part here because I could gain adjacency if I see. I can live without that tile, and it's next to a mountain, it's next to woods, and then we can make that into a super high level tile. So ooh, it's kind of a tough call. There's a couple options that I have here with that in mind. That's average. If I build a mine there, it's going to impact that other one. So I kind of want to not do that. You can go here and let's see here. Is that owned by Washington? It is. And it also gives me access to another district. So I'd like us to go ahead and the moment go ahead and get that started. I'll just have the beginnings of that place down so that way I lock the value in. And that's something you always want to do. You always want to make sure you put a district down earlier because you can lock the value in of how much production is needed to build it earlier on, which means it becomes essentially cheaper to build. Don't really need to use these envoys yet. I would like to get this guy, you know, the recon unit healed up a little bit for another turn or two, then just take him around. we can ideally find another science city-state, that'd be awesome. So let's go ahead and take the Great Scientist point off. We'll put on invention because that is going to be critical here. And then in our main empire, what we're going to do is actually in Boston, we'll just go ahead and buy the workshop. And now we're going to have a pretty substantial amount of income for these points. So we're probably not going to pick up this one. It's going to be a tough one to pick up. We could throw in a bunch of gold, from whoever has gold and see if we can get a good deal, but it'll be kind of trickier. And then if I give you it's 240, so let's go up to 20. We'll see if we can pick that one up just for the heck of it. Perfect. Sorry, you probably heard a lot of clicking in the background there. And that'll bring us up a little closer. Increases trade route capacity by 1. Routes to the city provide 2 gold to both cities. I'm not going to get this one. I can live with this one. This actually would be really helpful right now. Because I can have very specific and very strong use for it. Got rid of the marsh. Normally I wouldn't get rid of it, but I'd rather be able to have access to another tile that I can do something with. Plus, if I'm getting rid of that tile anyways, we might as well just do it in a way that makes sense, So we'll go ahead and set up over here. We'll make a lumber mill. It'll just provide us a little bit more in the waves of what we need, and we'll be able to make better use of it. So we'll go ahead and have this picked up. And the good thing is with these cities, now all these cities, because I have this card on, the serfdom card, I can make use of it and provide myself with builders that come with each city and have 5 chargers. So it's a nice little kind of double effect here, and it actually is very, very, very helpful that we were able to pick up the Golden Age here. That provided us with a really nice bonus, and we can actually catch up to the AI here a lot faster. We'll go ahead and pick up mercantilism. We're going to have a couple camps here and there, so we might as well get a little more production of food there. Lumber mills being built on rainforests is overall pretty good, and ability to see the amounts of all the resources in the world. So that I don't really understand very well, the last little bit there. There's probably a specific meaning I just haven't really understood yet. So with this city, we will want to, that's owned by Washington, so let's go ahead and swap that. Place the preserve down. We'll have 4 good tiles here that we can make good use of. So that's perfect. It's a charming tile. That tile there itself is just going to be made even better. So that's perfect. And then what we want to do is with this trader, we will go ahead and just use him. He says that people are settling too close, but he's forward settling me on an island, so I'm going to need to put another city down eventually and consider that as an option. I don't have a commercial hub that Oh, well, that's a problem. Well, I'm going to hold on to that for a little bit. We'll make a camp here. We will be getting intelligence agency next turn, so that's excellent. Oh, it's not letting me do anything. Consulates are good. And Go ahead and get that started into that, and then Patala Palace will finish off, and that'll be kind of our nice little setup here. The city needs 3 more turns before it grows there. And also the growth here in the city is now like pretty solid. You know, nice little boost of extra food, you know, extra culture, a little bit of faith. You know, this tile, it will get better. That tile, not impacted. That tile being boosted a little bit, boosted a little bit. Another one that's being boosted quite a bit. You know, 3 food, 4 culture, 2 faith. Like that's a great tile. That's just a great tile. You know, you're getting yields that you typically don't get, and that's where the United States has a lot of utility as a civ, is that you can do that. Apadana, that was kind of my expectation, and that did get taken, so that's about where I would not surprised at all, basically, that that was used. We'll go to Rio. See, where are you at? You're right here. We'll go ahead and make the lumber mill. That shaves a turn off of that, so that's good. We've got 3 more uses still, so we got plenty of uses available. I don't want to improve that tile because I'm next to a couple of these guys. If I can get this improved, because I'm next to this, these 2 tiles here are going to be very, 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 very good. The yield potential in those tiles is extremely large, basically, is what we're going to say. At the stage here, because we do have another governor title available, you know, there isn't really anybody that's providing us anything or can't provide us anything that's super useful. There is something with Liang. I think it was Liang. Ah, it's actually Reina. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up Reina, and we'll place her down. Let's see. First, let's pick. So let's take a quick look at our appeal and see where we have things that make sense. So what city needs appeal the most that doesn't have a governor? Like has a lot of charming tiles that can get upgraded to breathtaking. We've got a nice little section here. Let's see, that's charming, so that'd turn into breathtaking. That'd be breathtaking. Okay, and that'd be breathtaking. Okay, so you're going to Buffalo. See, this is where a decision like that can be extremely beneficial. So now Buffalo's got the access to that. She will come in about 5 turns. This is excellent. So that gives us really, really good potential tempo here for getting those tiles immediately once I have another governor title available. And I will in about, let's see here, 4 turns. So about 20 turns, which is not too bad. That's a good position. So far in this game, you know, we're actually very much competitive with the AI and being very balanced as well, having good science and culture output. Ideally, we do want to find, you know, more of an emphasis on, you know, getting, let's see here. And we can go ahead and pick up one for Rapa Nui. That's fine. We'll pick that up just so we have it. And then once we have a couple of art museums or something, that'll actually provide us a little bit. Yeah, so that'll give us a little more culture. So that's perfect. Let's first eventually producing a consulate. Let's actually consider options here. We'll want to just get our science up and then we'll just do that afterwards. This hasn't been taken yet, so we're just going to start really farming as many great engineer points as possible. The earlier we do that, the better our position is, so that way we can pick up maybe 1 or 2, like the wonder production points. Because we can do that, we'll just blast through Patal Palace, and that's going to be super critical, because in the late game, not only is that going to eventually give us another +2 adjacency points for culture, what it will do even more importantly is it's going to give us a wildcard slot. Because of America's ability here. So let's consider utility. This somehow is still breathtaking. I'm going to leave that because it's a breathtaking tile. Yeah, that breathtaking tile there, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't even see that actually at first. I don't really have a lot of places that I can use this guy. Um, is that a camp? No, but I'll get this guy over here and go ahead and pick that up so we have another luxury resource. That'll help Philadelphia as well. We do need that. Lost to Serenity of Hakusa. It's okay. We'll go ahead and just pick one up here. That way we could just keep ourselves in a good position. It does seem tempting to put this down in that position. It actually is better that in this state here, we go to here and provide ourselves with a little more production. I mean, yes, 2-2 is good, 4-2 is even better. You know, we covered the food needs and we have 4 production profit. And in that city, now we're at 22, and it's super useful. Super, super useful. So he's forcing my hand here. I'm going to go ahead and just put one more in. Hold on to the last one if I can help it. So Monitor, want to be friends with you again. You have a couple of amenities available. Actually, well, you only have one great work slot. Okay. So what we're going to need to do is just save up gold for a little bit, and then we're going to make a trade deal with her and try to pick up another 4 culture on top of what we were getting. So, I mean, this situation right now is great. You know, we're getting a good amount of science output. We're getting a good amount of culture output. We're beating out a lot of the other AI in that regard and overall yields. You know, we're just starting to get closer to eventually catching a lot of these guys. You know, Germany is the main leader. He has a significant amount of science, but very little culture. And he also has a significant amount of science, but not that much culture. So overall, I'm actually in a better position that I can work off of. Because this got done, I will actually consider either picking up this or picking up the amphitheater. Just, again, you know, more great works of writing slots available. We'll pick up a camp here. Camp there is going to provide us not only a little bit of culture, let's provide us, you know, well, technically we already have culture there anyways, but provide us with a little bit of gold on top of what our normal yields are. Eventually I will want to consider is probably settling another city in the area. If I go back to appeal, 2, 3, 4. So I would probably want to put a city probably on the coastal edge here, and then put down 1, 2, preserve. Now that would take some of these tiles over the top. That tile being breathtaking is just going to be super, super, super good. That tile there, breathtaking, is going to get even better. So that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. We have an industry opportunity. So if we go to F9, go to monopolies, and then we go to honey, 20% growth and 3 housing. Right off the bat, that just sounds beautiful to me. So let's do it. Let's make an industry. So this guy next turn will use a charge form. We have the ability to get it in this city as well. That is actually a good option. You know, we can consider that. That city, let's see, it's 7 and 9 housing versus 12 and 13. Could further develop our setup here. Also, we do eventually want to have access to Taj Mahal, so that could be a good one to place down somewhere. Okay, yeah, Taj Mahal would have to be somewhere far. Adjacent to a river, yeah. So placement here is going to be a little awkward, so we're going to have to kind of play off of that. We could hold off on that. That isn't a problem. In this situation, like, while it does, don't get me wrong, it seems really, really tempting to put a mine here. It actually would cause more harm because it would actually take appeal away from other tiles nearby by a little bit too. So, um, let's see, we have one of those. Ooh, okay, perfect. We're close to getting this city ready to go. That's excellent. That's really, really good. Um, we're gonna go ahead and buy another settler and just ship them up here. And that'll also apply some more forward pressure towards Brazil. So let's consider that. Get you to here. The earlier I settle there, the better, so that way I can apply more pressure against him. And you, I mean, there's not, it's not very much I can do with this dude here. I mean, yes, if I put a mine there, that's great and all, but it's gonna also like really negatively impact some of these tiles. So it's honestly kind of, I'm not really sure. And I do have one more charge available. If I would do, let's take a look at what we have for amenities that we can sell. So we have a little bit of each. We get that city down and pick up that. That'll mean we can get T, which T would give us, go back to here, and TT science. So where else do I have T? Oh, sorry, incense. I was looking at the wrong thing. And that would be faith yield. Yeah, that was a bit of a brain fart. So there's two there. Oh, and the capital is on T if I'm not mistaken. It is, yeah. Also, that is an amazing capital. Just overall good yields, you know. Let's just go ahead and bring you over. And then in the meantime, it's unfortunate that it's on that tile because I can't put a industry on my capital, I don't think. I don't even think that's possible. I'm going to try it maybe next turn, see if that's even a thing. I have no idea. I mean, might as well see if it works. If it doesn't, if it does, that's awesome. Good, so we have access to that. All right, so we're making little by little small inroads on specific things we're going to need because we have access to scientific theory. Let's go ahead, build Oxford. It's gonna take a long time, but just make sure no one else is building it. Good, so far we're the only person visible that is making it. Next turn, I'll put on the Wonder card, and we'll just start making a dedicated emphasis. We'll go ahead and buy this. You will go here. Make that plantation. And that's solid. We'll buy that. Preserve right here. And that'll be a nice preserve. That'll provide a lot of eventual value to a lot of these tiles. It's not a problem that some of these are average. You know, these 4 tiles will be very, very good. And then this one, eventually, once we settle in with another couple cities, we'll be in a good spot. So let's bring you up here. Okay, so you cannot build an industry on like if you settle on something. Okay, well, I just wanted to see if that was a thing, and it's not, so that's okay. It was it was worth a try. I just wanted to see if that was even possible because I had just honestly had no idea. Um, See, that's not going to get changed because it's yeah, technically an improved tile. So I'll just have to live with the fact that I've built that. Although honestly, it wouldn't hurt having an industry. If I build it in that city will be able to play off of it better, it seems, because then I can get my 13th population, and I'm probably going to want to go ahead and pick up either a commercial hub or an industrial zone. An industrial zone, I'm not going to have many places I can build it that would be useful. You know, maybe like right there would be okay, but if I built that there, that would put me at 12 housing. Also, I need to um, go to here, swap tile, take theater square, and then go back to campus. That way we can make that go a little faster, and then we'll emphasize that. So that's perfect. Just go ahead and bring you here and just have you sleep for now, or just skip turn. You're already moving there. That's good. We have a lot of the basic things that we're looking for really covered. I'll have to find a utility for this particular dude somewhere. That's a breathtaking toss. It is weird, but you know, there can be later in the game oil or something like that, and that could still be useful. So that's fine. Position's good. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and, you know, have you go here and just go to sleep for a while. Industry here. It's good. Faster growth. Let's go ahead and, okay, so Orja gas, 100% diplo favor per turn from starting turn as a student of a city state. If I go for that, that means that if my math is correct, I would be at 14 diplo favor per turn, which is ridiculous. And also, I want that. Even if it doesn't work that way, I want that. Also, what would I need to do to pick up that instead? Because this actually, in all seriousness, would be more useful, the appeal. Okay, so we're going to get started on that. I want us to pick that up before turn 200. So let's see. That's 3 turns. Perfect, so we do have access to change that up now. I'm going to go ahead and take this off. I'm going to put on a Gothic architecture. We're going to keep that on hand. Civil Prestige isn't bad. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have some more science, so let's go ahead and consider what we need here. So if we lose some housing, and okay, so let's think. How many cities are going to get impacted here? So 1 city, 2 cities, 3 cities, and 4. So 4 cities are going to lose 2 housing and 1 amenity. They're already on the negative amenity scale, so that wouldn't be why. That would not be a wise decision. So that's going to have to stay. And how much science per turn would I get? That'd be 2 science, 5, 6. It's not really going to be that much. I'd get 8 more science per turn. Which, I mean, yes, it would probably save me a turn or two, a couple turns, I bet. But it's also losing me more. But we can definitely take that off. We don't really need all the extra builder charges for a while. And we can actually put this on if we want. Since there's nothing else here. This would be more important though. So we'll go back to focusing on the wonders. We'll get that going, and then we'll really start focusing on Patala Palace. Let's go ahead and get started on Oxford. Just pick that up as soon as possible. Consulate's 3 turns. Amphitheater is 8 turns. You can actually honestly take that off and just go that into Consulate. It's a good thing loyalty pressure is not going to be an issue. Because Brazil is in a dark age, so us having another city will be good. Because eventually, what I'll do is I'll just put down a governor here, and I can live with not having that tile or anything close. But I would like to just make sure that he's kind of kept further back, you know. We have plenty enough time until the next era for us to pick up 1 or 2 more settlers, and that'll really put us in a good spot because we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cities. So we'll have a very good setup, and we could probably put 1 more city here, you know, city here, and then let's see here. If I settle that, that's just a chaos. That's just chaotic if I put it there. I could put a city there and then put that there. These tiles are all charming. They would immediately get improved. So I could probably put a preserve here. Put a city here or there. This is a safer city location. Plus the tiles I can actually like get yield potential off of, so we'll play off of that. And then we'll go there. So that'll be our kind of infrastructure setup. And we will eventually go for St. Basil's Cathedral. It is right there. And 1 food, 1 production, 1 culture on all 100 tiles for that city. But it's unique to that city, unfortunately, so it's going to be kind of like it would need to be a city like maybe like Buffalo or Baltimore. It can't be this one because this is too small. So we got mercantilism done. We could probably go civil engineering. You're a couple turns out, so I'll just have you sleep. You could probably sleep for a while. I will not improve that one, because that unimproved will just become much better with the yields. I'll go ahead and pick that up. Just get some additional faith. I'm not too worried about when and where. That's not a problem at all. Good so far. We'll have him sleep. Good, so this is done. Now let's activate you. Now I've got another trade route available. It's perfect. Can also get another one out of that, so that's even better. Let's see, trader. Can actually, yeah, I can buy that for faith, so I mean that's not bad. 400 faith for that, so I'm 223, so I'm making 32 a turn. So probably about like 7 or 8 turns I'll be able to pick that up. Let's go ahead, just dive right into Patala Palace. That's a good amount of gold per turn, so that's fine. I need the top up anyways. Yeah, feel free to. Good. So we'll have enough gold to go ahead and just in Boston buy an amphitheater and then see if we can make a nice little trade deal with a Manitor. So what we're going to go ahead and do here is, since Boston's almost done with that, we'll buy the amphitheater now. And then with you, it's 27 gold per turn. So let's go ahead and we'll give you an amenity. Well, definitely values that. There you go. And that's going to help our culture output even more. So we'll go ahead and just pop that back so we have a free slot. Perfect. Go ahead and put you over here. Oh. That is the worst thing for me to have done. Click on the wrong guy. Oops. That's fine. Yeah, so we're definitely going to need to pick up a yeah, this city's going to need to pick up an entertainment complex soon. Entertainment complex should actually be extremely helpful. Can I get growth? Don't really have like a major presence of fishing boats or anything, so I'm not really worried about these barbs. I shouldn't have built that, and I realized, but that's fine. I do need the amenity, so it's a small misbalance, but it is what it is. Definitely focusing on steel would be absolutely a great thing for us to have. Getting another campus is going to help a lot. We'll go ahead and just empty that. We'll empty that. We're already working on that, so we'll empty that. All right. Everyone, I think that's a really good stopping point. Thank you all for your time. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And we'll keep the videos coming. All right, everyone. SpeeDMan out.